So, how did you feel out there walking out for the crowd the first time, packed out 3 Arena, 9,000+ people in there? How were the nerves?
Yeah. There was no nerves. I kept waiting for the nerves to kick in. They never kicked in. I was buzzing the whole time through the changing room. I'm so lucky to be here. And yeah, hopefully I can just keep putting performances on one after another and just keep banging them out, son.
Sami, we can't wait to have you back on Misfits Boxing. All the best.
Thank you so much, Jack Cat. What an honour to be interviewed by the champ. Didn't just interview me tonight, but he did my corner, held the spit bucket, put the gum shield in my mouth a lot. I love him like a brother. Thank you so much, Jack, brother. I appreciate you, man.
And what's the time for now, lads? Like, I guess you.
Considering that was Al Mike, I might as well jump straight in. I was waiting for This Is Jack Catterall for the Stomping Ground, but yeah, Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on DAZN. How's your Misfits week been, Jack?
You know what? It's been entertaining. It's been interesting. As you know, I'm in camp right now, so I've been over with Jamie and Nigel. Apart from the press conference, I've been locked in, training in Ireland. The weather's been nice, making sure Sammy's in a good mind frame going into his fight tonight, and it's been a good week.
Is it nice to have a little bit of camp away? Because I guess at times, and you've done enough camps now, but can it get a little bit monotonous, just same day, same day, same day? Nice to kind of come away and just see different environments while you train.
Yeah, we're 8 weeks out from the fight now, so it's always nice. We train at the same location in Manchester, but to break it up, come out to Ireland for a week, a new environment, different gyms. It's good, and I'll be going back home with that spring in my step, ready to crack on.
Yeah, have you been doing some sparring out here?
You know what, we're not sparred this week out here. We've focused on different things in the training. I've had an unbelievable week. I'm looking forward to getting home to my family tomorrow and getting locked in and preparing well for this fight.
Just as well as being one of, if not the best 140 pounder in the world, you're also now a spit bucket man.
Also a spit bucket man. You know what? It was entertaining. It's been a pleasure training with Sami and his brother in the gym. Sami obviously made his Misfits debut tonight, and I had the honour of washing the gum shield. So yeah, it's all good.
Not all glitz and glam when you're one of the best 140 pounders in the world. How have you found the whole week being around it though? Because it's very different, obviously, to the professional scene. Like if you take the open workout day as an example, it's just pretty chaotic.
Yeah, very different.
Everyone's kind of gunning for each other, playing up for the cameras. Very different to what you're used to.
Very different. I think it brings a whole different audience, and I'm grateful that I got to come out here and experience it on an event with a lot of people that I've not heard of before, but I've followed this week and I've been watching the videos and trying to keep up to date with it. But there's a lot of different eyes on the spot. I looked at the crowd then, and there's a lot of younger people out here. You know what? It was good. It was entertaining. I found myself engaged this week, watching the videos and seeing the back and forth between the fighters. It's different, but I enjoyed it.
We were saying, me and Jamie, that there is a bit of a mental battle, of course, about boxing. I can't imagine looking over as a Misfits fighter and seeing world champion trainer Jamie Moore and Jack Catterall in someone's corner. It's a bit of a liberty, really, just rolling up to Misfits with you and Jamie.
You know what? And I'm seeing it, and I'm seeing other coaches this week, professional boxing coaches, and obviously these guys, the influencers, the people, the profiles, they're locking in and they're finding coaches that they want to train with. And
have you been asked a lot by fighters and people around the sport just for kind of little tips and tricks and stuff?
You know what, I've been in the gym with Sami and Adam, and we push each other, and they're watching. I've had 30 fights now, so it's nice to see him and pass that knowledge on, and he's come out tonight and smashed it.
Yeah, no, mate, brilliant performance, and not for the gym, but not long till you're the next fight for Jamie and the boys. Does the delay change anything?
It doesn't. No, it's more time to prepare. I wouldn't go into a fight anything less than 100%. We had a small niggle. It's done now. It's dealt with, and we're locked in. We're 8 weeks away. Training's going well. I'm excited. I'm fired up for this fight. So I'm looking for a big performance in October.
You say you would never go into a fight if you don't feel 100%, but as a fighter, when you've got a big day, at a big arena, in a big fight, is there that little temptation to go, I can go through this?
You know what, I say 100%. There's probably not, and I'm sure many fighters will say it, there's not a fight that you're going to where you're 100%. There's always these little things, but if I knew that it was going to jeopardise the performance, and I owe it to myself, I fought to be in a great position, and I know there's a lot of big, good fights out there, so I owe it to myself to be ready enough to get in the ring and beat Regis.
Yeah. See, injuries are no one's fault, but do you reckon because it's put a bit of a delay on, and I heard him speaking in another interview the other day saying that he's making sacrifices and it was a bit of a frustration to him. Do you expect him to come over with a little bounce and be a bit like, you know what, fuck you for that, even though it's not your fault?
100%. And listen, I've been on the receiving end of it in the last fight. That got delayed. It's frustrating, but you can only control your variables. There's nothing Regis can do about it. It's been delayed now. I was on the receiving end last time in my last camp, so it's frustrating, and you think, you know what, and you have all these plans, and I'm the same. I had sparring partners booked, travel plans, etc., and everything gets pushed back, and it's not good, and it's shit, and you have fans buying tickets, you have to do the refunds, people are now buying them again, so listen, it's not ideal, but it's part and parcel of the sport, and it is what it is. We've got the new date, and we're training for that now.
Mate, it's such a wicked fight. At least we are getting it because it's such a good fight. I spoke to Jamie about this as well. It is a sexy division, let's be honest. I know people will be throwing names out. I've seen interviews with the likes of Liam Parrow, and I've seen people mention to Devin Haney about fights with you at 140. Do you get excited listening to that stuff, or is it just like, I'm completely locked in, I'm not even listening to what these guys are saying right now?
Yeah, I think with every fight you've got to lock in, focus. I know the task ahead of me. Regis is a former 2-time champion, and it's a big fight for me. A fight I believe I can win, but of course you've got to listen. The division's sexy. There's a lot of big fights out there now. You've named a few of them, but there's a lot of good fights. But I think this is the motivation to beat Regis and go on and be involved in more big fights with these fighters.
We know he's been in a lot of exciting fights. Are you expecting him, perhaps not quite like this, but as soon as that bell goes to go, I'm ready, dart across the ring and kind of stick it right on you?
Yeah, listen, as a fighter, you prepare for any situation. Obviously, we're watching tape of Regis. We've seen him fight. He's had a lot of fights. I was at his fight in December, so and like Floyd said, a true champion adapts to anything. So you're prepared for if he comes darting across the ring, if he starts off on the back foot. As a fighter, these are your instincts. You've got to be able to adjust and lock into that. So we'll be ready for him.
Yeah. What sort of performance are we going to get from you?
Career best? Yeah, of course. And every time I want to push myself and push myself in the gym, building on the last performance, and I want to go out there, put a show on for the fans, but ultimately I want to go out there and beat Regis.
Yeah. Obviously, I know he listens to what other people are saying. You'll see each other fight week. A little bit more will be said closer to the time. But have you got one final message for Regis and his team just as we wrap this up?
No message. See you in October.